Hi and welcome to day 19 of our 28 days of Yoga with Kirstie. Today is a de-stress flow, so it's all about relieving any tension you've got left in your body, possibly from the day before or the week before or from the day that you've just had if you're doing this in the evening. Now this is a fairly short flow, I'm going to go with that, but it's one that will be spending a little bit of time at each pose so that you do have time to melt into it and really let it do its work for you. So get comfy, grab some water, lay out your mats. If you want to, I recommend maybe having a brick nearby. If you don't have a yoga brick, maybe use some pillows, some blankets, get comfy. We are going to be doing a little bit of a shavasana at the end, so if you think you might get cold, grab some warm things now. And yeah, let's get going, shall we? Hope you feel de-stressed by the end of it. So we're going to start today in child's pose. So just bringing your big toes together, knees can be touching, they can be mat width wide, and just gently walk those hands forwards until your forehead reaches the mat. I'm just going to breathe here. Close the eyes. Any wiggles you need to do today, please feel free to. Just breathing in and breathing out. Letting the body rest towards the ground. Just giving yourself time to check in with your body, your breath, and your mind. Big inhales into the balloon in your belly if you can, and long, slow exhales. And maybe you choose to stay here, or perhaps gently walk the fingertips over towards the left side of the mat, keeping the head heavy, breathing in and breathing out. Then gently walking yourself back to center before walking the hands over towards the right side. Just inhaling, exhaling, let your head get heavy. Nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, slowly inhale to walk yourself back towards our neutral child's pose position. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you next inhale, slowly walking yourself all the way up to a kneeling position, lovely and tall. Then slowly walking the hands ahead of you, coming towards our tabletop position today. Hands stacked under the shoulders, knees stacked under the hips. As you breathe in, the belly lowers down, coming to our cow position. As you exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest, rounding through the spine, coming to our cat. Inhale, belly lowers and look up. Exhale, rounding through. And you may choose to just do this movement today if you fancy, or perhaps exhaling, lowering the bottom towards the heels, lowering the forearm down as you inhale, bringing yourself all the way to the top, and exhaling round again. Breathing in and out. And just having a few more wiggles wherever you fancy being. And maybe the wiggles turn into slight weird movements in some way, but as long as it feels nice for you in your spine, you're doing the perfect thing right now. I'm just going to take a few more breaths, wiggling around for the spine, for the hips, for the wrists, the arms. And then when you're ready to, we're going to come to moving child's pose. So as we exhale, we're lowering the bottom towards the right heel. Inhale towards center, bring the big toes to touch if they aren't already. Exhale towards inhale to the left and the front. Exhale, we go to the right again, over to center. Inhale, all the way to the left and up. Good, one more. When you're ready, send it the opposite way. Exhale to the left. Inhale, right and up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more. And come all the way back to our neutral tabletop again when you are ready to do so. Lovely. So we're going to thread the needle now. So starting with the weight into the right hand and slowly peeling the left hand up towards the ceiling, looking to the fingertips. As you exhale, I'd like you to brush that left arm along the floor behind the right arm to slide the left shoulder to the mat. Good. Option to keep the hand framing the face, or maybe reach the hand straight ahead towards the top of the mat. If this feels nice, stay here. Option to bring the arm up towards the ceiling and maybe look to the fingertips. Option to turn the palm away from you, bend through the elbow and bring the back of the hand all the way down towards the hip or the thigh on the left side. Just breathing in, breathing out. 2 more breaths. Good. If your hand is raised, slowly bring it back down to the mat to frame the face. Inhale, pushing into the mat to lift the left hand back to the ceiling, looking to the fingertips. And exhale, lower the hand down, have a little bit of a wiggle. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. When you're ready, weight over to the left hand as we peel the right hand to the ceiling, looking to the fingertips. Exhale, brush the right hand behind the left to lower the right shoulder to the mat. Again, option to keep framing the face with the left hand or reach the hand all the way to the top. If that feels nice, stay there. Otherwise, maybe we reach the hand all the way to the ceiling, looking to the fingertips. Maybe turn the palm away from you, bend through the elbow to bring the back of the left hand all the way towards the right hip or the right thigh. And just breathe here. Maybe eyes are closed. Nice deep breaths. One more. When you're ready, left hand frames the face again, pushing the hand into the mat to reach the right hand to the sky. And exhale, we lower down again, wiggling around however you feel you naturally need to. Good. Okay, so from here, we're slowly walking those hands ahead of us, letting the forehead rest on the mat. Maybe we stay here with our bottoms reaching up. We want it stacked over the hips or slightly in front. Maybe we turn so that our chin is touching the mat and we're looking to the fingertips, trying to get the chest towards the ground. Just breathing in and breathing out. One more breath. And as you next inhale, slowly slide those hands back towards you, taking a nice deep breath and any wiggles that come naturally to you. Let's slowly tuck those toes underneath us and send the tailbone nice and high, coming to our downward facing dog. Walking the legs out as much as you need to here. Nice deep breaths. Good. Maybe from here we really bend into those knees and slowly straighten them back up. Maybe we bring a bend into those knees, twist the knees towards the left and the heels towards the right, coming into a bend so we feel the stretch in the left side of our bodies. Coming back to center and doing the same the opposite way. Bend into the knees, draw them to the right and the heels to the left, feeling that stretch. Nice breaths. All the way to center, take a nice deep breath in, bend into the knees, look to the fingertips and slowly, really slowly, really small movements, walk the feet towards the hands today. Until you can come to a forward fold with really bent knees. Keeping the head heavy, breathing in, breathing out. Good. So from here, we're grabbing onto opposite elbows with our hands. And then slowly swaying side to side in our ragdoll. Keep letting the head hang heavy. Really relax the neck. Maybe even shake your head yes and no to really test how floppy you are right now. One more breath. And then slowly come back to center, to stillness, to release the hands to the mat. And gently peel all the way up to standing nice and tall. Head's the last thing to come up, shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, scoop hands up overhead, looking to the fingertips. And exhale, lower hands through heart center in prayer. Gorgeous. Okay, as we inhale, scoop the hands all the way up to the sky, and exhale, slowly folding forwards, all the way down again. Forward fold. Bend through the knees to place the hands on the mat, and step back to down dog again. Breathing in, breathing out. From here, I'd like you to exhale, lower the knees down to the mat, and then slowly lower the chest down towards the mat, and then the chin. And from here, we're sliding all the way onto our bellies, and make a pillow for your head with your hand. Good, so we're breathing in, we're breathing out. Just relaxing in our reverse corpse pose. So focusing in on your breath and breathing nice and deeply. Good. Okay, so from here, let's turn the feet towards the edges of the mat, coming to our crocodile pose. So the insides of our feet, the arches, will be touching the floor. The closer you keep your feet together, the harder this will be. The further you walk your feet away towards the edges of the mat, hopefully the easier this becomes. We're just breathing in, we're breathing out, and letting the head rest heavy on those hands. Lovely. When you're ready, turn back onto the tops of the feet. And slowly we're going to hug the left knee up towards the hip here. So we want it to slide to be in line with the hip. The foot again is turned out towards the edge of the mat, so the toes are pointing towards the left side of the room. We're coming to frog pose here, and if it's too uncomfortable resting head on the hands, bring yourself up onto your forearms here, or maybe grab a pillow or a bolster that you can rest on, rest your belly on here. We're in half frog now, and just check the knee is in line with the hip, and the foot, the ankle, is in line with the knee. We've got lots of right angles going on in our bodies now. Just breathing in, breathing out, maybe even close the eyes here. Two more breaths. Good. And when you're ready, slowly inhale to bring the left leg back in line with the right at the bottom of the mat. Take a breather here. Any movements you need to do, let's do it. And then slowly bring that right leg out to come in line with the hip, creating those right angles again, so the knee's in line with the hip and the ankle's in line with the knee. And just pointing the toes towards the edges of the room. Again, either resting on the forearms or a pillow or two, or resting the head on the hands. So your choice, what's most comfortable and what's most beneficial for you. There's no rights or wrongs, it's purely what feels good for you today. Good. Breathing in, breathing out, and maybe taking a moment just to check the alignment again of the knee, of the ankle, and make sure it's in a place that does feel comfortable. Good. Just take 2 more deep breaths. And when you're ready to inhale, slide the right leg back to the back of the mat. We're going to come to cobra from here. So if you're resting your head on your hands, just gently peel the head up and take yourself onto your forearms with the hands resting either side of the body. So we're just in our little cobra here, our little sphinx pose. You have the option to come up onto the hands either side of the chest and come into cobra. Or if you'd like to go to up dog, you're welcome to push into the tops of the feet, lifting the lower body off the mat as well. So whatever's more comfortable for you today, let's go with that option. Good, one more breath. And as you exhale, I'd like you to tuck the chin in towards the chest and let the bottom guide you all the way back towards your child's pose. So big toes touching, knees nice and wide here as we come into wide leg child's pose. Resting the head on the mat if comfortable. Allow the arms to go wherever you need them to be good. Nice. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe we choose to stay here. Or perhaps we can walk ourselves up to kneeling, bring those knees closer together, and then walk ourselves back into child's pose, letting the head rest again. Maybe from here we scoot the arms behind the back, grabbing onto the soles of our feet and let the head rest on the mat. As we breathe in, maybe we peel the bottom up off of the heels and let the crown of the head roll so it's resting on the ground. So the forehead is slowly looking back towards the feet and the top of the head is now resting on the mat as we come to rabbit pose. 2 more breaths. Good. And as you exhale, slowly lower the bottom all the way back down to the heels and let the arms come back forwards to the top of the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. As you next inhale, walk yourself all the way back up to seated, lovely and tall. Good. So from here, we're going to come to a forward fold. So hands come one way, the feet swing round the other way, coming to a forward fold position. Bring your bottom towards the middle of the mat so you have space behind you to do another movement in just a moment. So we're going to come into the bent knee variation for our forward folds today. So keeping the knees close towards the chest and give yourself a nice big hug. Let the head rest here. Maybe you choose to stay here. Or perhaps we can slowly walk the heels a little bit further away from us until we come to a place that is comfy for us today. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Two more breaths. See if you can soften that a little bit more. And when you're ready, slowly inhale, walk those heels all the way back in. Release those arms and let's lower ourselves down slowly onto our backs today. Good. So the arms are resting either side of the body, knees up towards the ceiling, palms turned down. And maybe we rest here. Or perhaps as we breathe in, we bring the feet up towards the ceiling. And just hang out here. Maybe this is where we choose to stay. If you've never done shoulder stand before and you don't fancy trying it today, this is an option. Just here with your feet up in the air. If you've never done shoulder stand before and you would like to try it, I recommend watching first and then trying to do it. So I will talk you through it again, but if you'd like to just take a moment to watch, we're going to bring the feet back close to the bottom, knees up towards the ceiling and feet off of the ground. Walk the hands underneath your bottom so you're grabbing onto your bottom and maybe even give it a good squeeze so you know you're in the right place. Then from here, we're slowly lifting the feet up and walking the hands up the spine until we come to a little shoulder stand position here. We can keep the knees bent or maybe reach the feet up towards the ceiling. I'd like you to keep focusing on the feet. I don't want you looking around. We want to keep the neck nice and long, just looking straight up here. Maybe we point the feet, maybe we flex the feet, or maybe we floint them. To floint them, point the feet, and then see if you can flex the toes. And maybe this is where we choose to stay, holding on to the back, keeping those elbows hugged in towards the body. Or maybe we slowly bend through the knees, bringing the knees towards the forehead.
Maybe we lower the feet all the way down to the mat behind us. Maybe if the feet can touch the ground, we can release the hands, interlace the fingers and lower them down to the mat, or just choose to lower the palms down. We're just breathing in, breathing out. Maybe we go a step further by trying to keep the knees bent and sliding down the edges of our face until they come towards our ears. When you're ready to come out of it, slowly come out with the same control you went in. So grabbing onto the lower back and slowly reaching all the way back up. We exhale, roll all the way down through the spine until we slowly lower down with control and then come back down. So if you just watch, let's go through that again. So we're wrapping the hands underneath the bottom. Feet can be on the mat or we can be lifted up. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And then send the feet up towards the ceiling as you walk your hands up your spine, trying to keep those elbows hugged in. Again, point or flex the feet or floint them. Maybe this is where we stay. Otherwise, as we exhale, bend through the knees, bringing the knees towards the forehead. Option to lower the feet down to the mat behind you and release the hands to the mat behind you too. Maybe interlace the fingers if you fancy. And then if you want to come to Deaf Man's Pose today, bend through the knees and slide them along the edges of your face until they reach the ears or the ground. And when you're ready to come out of it the same control you went in, so supporting the back before you reach the feet all the way up to the ceiling. And then using the legs and the hands as brakes, slowly rolling yourself all the way down to the ground. Allow the feet to rest on the mat. Knees nice and high, palms turned down. Let's come straight towards our bridge pose today. So brushing the backs of the heels with your middle fingers. As you inhale, pushing the feet into the mat, squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips high. And exhale, rippling down. Bottom's the last thing to reach the mat. So just breathing in, lifting up. Exhale, we lower down. If you don't have any props today, you're welcome to just carry on doing what you are. But if you do have a yoga brick or something similar that you fancy using now, as we inhale, we're lifting the hips up. And let's just place that block underneath our sacrum, our flat bit of our back, our hips. And just rest here. Maybe close the eyes. So taking a few more breaths. If you're still moving through it, if you're resting now, just rest where you are. Good. One more breath. Nice. Okay, if you're resting on a block, slowly inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift up off of it, and see if you can slowly ripple back down. Bottom's the last thing to reach the mat. Good. From here, hugging the knees in towards the chest and bring the head to meet the knees today, nose to knees. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe we rock side to side here. Maybe we choose to just rest on the mat now with the torso. Good. So from here, we're going to come to our supine twist, or our Supta Baddha Konasana, sorry. So the soles of the feet touching, knees nice and wide, and hands resting wherever you fancy, so they can be on the legs, the belly, either side of the body, your choice. Just breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you want to stay here, or if you do fancy a supine twist, slowly draw the right knee over towards the left knee, lifting the right hip towards the ceiling and bringing the arms in line with the shoulders, head rolls to the right. Breathing in and breathing out. If you fancy trying the other way, rolling the right knee back to the right side, and then allowing the left knee to join the right as we twist to look over the left shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, one more breath.
Nice. As you next inhale, coming all the way back to your Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet touching, knees nice and wide. And maybe you choose to have your Shavasana here today, or if you'd like to join me, bring those knees back together, plant the feet flat on the mat. Knees can be touching, so they can be leaning in to join, or we can have them apart, hip width wide, your choice. Hands resting either on the belly, the sides of the hips, in line with those shoulders, maybe even our cactus arms, so bending at the elbows and keeping the hands framing the face. We're just going to rest here and breathe today. Just noticing every inhale and every exhale, and seeing if you can get yourself even more comfortable as we rest in our Shavasana today. And if you decide you'd like to move to a different position or a different place, know that that is fine to do. Listen to your body and let your body move you to that place. But seeing if you can find stillness there, and just really noticing every inhale and every exhale, softening the eyes and clenching the teeth, relaxing each and every part of the face and the body with every exhale that you take now. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's rest here today. And maybe today we can begin to take our relaxation that little bit further. So with every inhale you are taking, bringing your awareness to different parts of your body today. As you're breathing in and breathing out, I'd like you to feel your body, really notice each and every part, relaxing each and every part with every exhale you take. So as you're breathing in, try and bring your awareness down to the soles of your feet today. Let the awareness travel up the feet to the ankles, up the ankles all the way to the calves and the shins. With every exhale, just relaxing that a little bit more if you can. Bringing the awareness to the knees, the thighs, the glutes, the hips, the pelvis. Every exhale you are taking, the lower body can relax and release and melt that little bit more. The lower back and the belly, your mid back, the upper back, the chest. Noticing your stomach, your diaphragm, your lungs, every single part of your torso, just breathing in and breathing out, and noticing how you feel, relaxing with every exhale you're taking. Slowly bringing the awareness a little bit further from the shoulders all the way down to the fingertips and the thumbs, to the knuckles, the palms of the hands, the tops of the hands, the wrists, up the forearms to the elbows, all the way back up to the shoulders again. Feeling your body connected with the mat, with the ground beneath you, with every exhale you're taking. Allowing the awareness to travel up a little bit further. The back of your neck, the throat, the jaw, the teeth, the tongue. Just relaxing, releasing, and letting go. The entire mouth, the area around the mouth, the chin, the cheeks, the lips, the nose, the ears, the eyes, the eyelids, the eyebrows, the space between the brows, the forehead, the crown of the head, the scalp. With every exhale you're taking, just allowing the whole body to relax, to release, and melt that little bit more. Just breathing in and breathing out. So when you pay attention to your body and really feel what is happening, you allow your body to release that little bit more. You allow yourself to connect with your body that little bit more. Meaning you can listen to the needs of your body and respond to whatever is needed. And over time, we may relax a little bit more, allowing the entire body to feel calmer and more at ease. It's just breathing in and breathing out, and taking as long as we need to, relaxing here today. But when you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, gently wake your body up a little bit more with every breath you take, until you can bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me for our de-stress session today. I hope you enjoyed it and are feeling much calmer and de-stressed now. Have a wonderful rest of the day, evening or night ahead of you. And as always, eat well, drink well and sleep well. Namaste.